These two offenses are averaging about 40 points a game. Penn State, they do a lot. They spread it around. But the key is their tailback, Larry Johnson. For Iowa, Fred Russell, he's only 5'8", but he's strong, and most importantly, he makes you miss. He's averaging 157 yards a game.
Iowa won the toss, electing to receive. And this one is knocked out of the back of the end zone by Dave Kimball. Let's go downstairs to Holly Rowe.
Guys, the senior quarterback for Iowa, Brad Banks, may not be your traditional Big Ten quarterback. His coaches say you couldn't pick him out of a room as a Big Ten quarterback. This is his first start in action for the conference, but he is a player who can pass and get out of danger with his feet. He had 65 yards last week against Utah State. They say that he's being compared to Seneca Wallace at Iowa State, a quarterback who can pass but also run.
All right, Holly, one of the big questions that begs today is how does he react as the starter for the first time on the road here in a Big Ten Conference game. First down and 10. Fred Russell running off the left side of the offensive line. That's Jones in motion to the bottom of your screen. Russell again into the boundary. Russell stopped up behind the line of scrimmage. Iowa has done very well on offense in 33 of the last 34 games.
Mark, Iowa's streak of scoring in 4 consecutive football games this season with the first drive of the game may be in jeopardy right now.
High snap. Banks has mobility. And Banks has the first down. And is knocked out of bounds on the play. Banks audibling at the line. There's a play we're going to see a lot of today, that zone play, and Russell takes it out over the 35, brought down to the 36-yard line. Another thing we'll develop during the course of the ballgame is the depth of that tailback, Bob. He's way back there, about 8, 9 yards deep, and they run the same play again. This time Russell cuts it back up near the 40, brought down by Capone and Adams of Penn State. Third down and 3 for Iowa. Banks with time, wide open to tight end Dallas Clark with a first down to the 42-yard line. Over 100 yards receiving, a little waggle now with Banks. Looking for Clark again. Incomplete at the 23-yard line, off his hands, and a guy that never drops a pass. Russell gets the handoff. Falls down to the 34-yard line. Russell tackled by Gino Capone. Fred Russell averaging 7.5 yards per pop, Bob. A pickup of 7 on that play. Gets up a third down and 3. It is the 9th play of the drive. They've run it 6 times, passed it twice. Banks in the flat, complete. That's Brown with room. Brown knocked it bounds at the 3-yard line. First and goal for the Hawkeyes. 10th play of the Hawkeye drive. They're opening one of the ball game. Threatening here on first and goal. Russell brought down for a loss of about 1 on the play. Good penetration on the right side of that line. Brown and Jones stick to the bottom of the screen. Banks rolls their way. Touchdown, Hawkeyes! Jones on the catch. And once again, the Hawkeyes take the opening drive of the ball game for the 5th consecutive week and score. Nick Kading in for the extra point. A low kick, he got it through. Nate Kading getting set to kick off. 17 of his 23 kickoffs have gone for touchbacks so far this year, and he does have the wind at his back. Number 5 right there on your screen. Larry Johnson last year led the Big Ten in kickoff return yardage at about 27 per. It's going to be Johnson 2 yards deep. Johnson is brought down to the 18-yard line, and an incredibly effective and good-looking opening drive for Iowa. First down and 10 for Zach Mills, who is sacked back at the 11-yard line by number 48, Howard Hodges, coming off the edge. Robinson in motion, number 12. They give it to Johnson. Brought down to the 16-yard line by Colin Cole up front. Mills to pass. Has a man open and a catch. Complete to Tony Johnson. He's in the first down and 10. Mills had it knocked away at the line of scrimmage. So
holding on an eligible receiver on the defense. 10 yards. Automatic first down.
Norm
Sanders back in action this week.
Excuse me, Mark. Norm Parker, Iowa's defensive coordinator, 34 years in college football, says Bob Sanders is the most physical defensive player he's seen in his career.
And a big game against Penn State a couple of years ago. Mills going up top, into coverage, and almost intercepted. Another one of those short tailbacks can be difficult to make tackles on. Mills rolling out. Firing a little bit high, intended for Ernie Terrell, who has ascended the depth chart. 3rd down and 10. Ball at the 46. Blitz coming off the corner against Mills, and he releases it incomplete. Dropped by Tony Johnson. It'll be 4th down, and in comes the punting team. He's had 9 punts on the season, 5 of them inside the 20. Tries to hang this one up. Hinkle is back deep for Iowa, but this one travels into the end zone. Banks on that first drive was 3 of 4 passing for 54 yards. A very impressive opening scoring drive. Here's the waggle, and he fires complete to Jones up at the 26-yard line. He was working on the free safety, Meyer. Russell getting to the edge. Fred Russell in space with a first down out of bounds at the 47-yard line. And Russell coming into the game averaging 7.5 yards per pop. Russell again, hole closed up, brought down at the 36-yard line by Gino Capone. 2 tights, 2 wides. Here's Russell on the cut block. Tackled by John Bronson. 3rd down and 8. There's a little jailbreak screen to Jones, and Jones is tackled short of the first down at the 30-yard line. It'll be 4th down and 2, and in comes Kading to attempt the field goal from 47 yards out. 8 of 8 on the season. On his career, he's made 15 of 19 between 40 and 49 yards. And he nails this one to give the Hawkeyes a 10-point advantage. A lot of downers about the credence of their victories coming into this one, speaking of Iowa, but Penn State no doubt a quality opponent, and so far the Hawkeyes looking extremely impressive. Kading's kick once again with the wind at his back into the end zone for a touchdown. 1st and 10. Mills to pass. Johnson brought down immediately in a fumble. The Hawkeyes have the ball. In the red zone at the 17. Banks to pass. And brought down at the 20-yard line by Michael Haynes, last week's Defensive Player of the Week in the Big Ten Conference. 2nd down and 12. Russell. Look at him scoot. Russell. Touchdown, Iowa. The Hawkeyes came to play today. 20 yards into the end zone.
But Iowa, 3 years in putting this offensive line and this running game together, and they are one of the best offensive lines I've seen.
That didn't happen overnight. An ugly-looking extra point, but it still went through the pipes. Boy, the fellas out of Iowa City are running roughshod through Happy Valley. Not so Happy Valley right now. Johnson, who fumbles to set up that touchdown on the return. And leveled at the 13. Here's Johnson. Robinson in the game. Taking the snap at quarterback now. Robinson stopped up right at the line of scrimmage near the 19-yard line. Robinson, 6'3", 230 pounds, and he gives your offense so many different dimensions, Bob. Mills back at quarterback. Under pressure. Incomplete at the 26-yard line. 4th down and 6. Well, Ken Dorsey had some interesting things to say this week down in Miami about BC. Royer with the punt. High but short. It takes a fortuitous Penn State bounce down to the 35-yard line. 1st down and 10 for Iowa. It has been all Hawkeyes all the time so far. Banks with the ability to make a positive from a negative. Brought down at the 36. Brown in motion. Russell tackled behind the line of scrimmage at the 31-yard line by Harrell. 3rd and 14. Russell brought down by his shoestrings at the 35 by Michael Haynes. Back for the beginning of the second quarter here in Beaver Stadium. Penn State, number 12 in the country, down 17-0. An upset brewing here after the first quarter. Bradley the punt. A high spiral into the wind. Johnson at the 22, flags down. Johnson brought down at the 34, a 12-yard return off of a 43-yard punt. Our defensive coach from Penn State, Tom Bradley, quoted Twain this week, saying there are lies, big lies, and statistics.
I think he
Something like that.
Quoted Shakespeare, was it? But one of the well-read Penn State fans called him and said it was Twain.
First down and 10 after that Johnson run. Mills complete to Bryant Johnson. He spreads it around so well. Johnson completed the 45. First down and 10. Mills in trouble. Incomplete, intended for Casey Williams, the tight end. And our official, Dick Honing, calling a timeout.
I think he's really trying to protect Zach Mills right there. Zach Mills was down after the play. The referee dictated, made a decision that he had to leave the football game for one play.
Robinson hands it off to backup quarterback, backup tailback, backup receiver, a.k.a. Slash Robinson. Zach Mills coming back into the ballgame. Robinson takes a seat. So far, Robinson hasn't been much of a factor in this ballgame, Bob.
It's early, and don't forget, Iowa's had a chance to see the Mike Robinson package of offense on tape. So each week, it's going to get a little more difficult for Mike Robinson because there's a red star on him every time he comes in the game.
Interesting how coaches reveal little by little of their game plans. 3rd down and 8. Mills, incomplete, intended for Bryant Johnson. Good coverage that time by the redshirt freshman Antoine Allen. It's 4th down, Penn State.
Excellent coverage by Iowa, but you're going to see them come with the blitz. They are not a big blitz football team. But once again, they come with the blitz. Sight adjustment by Penn State. Good, tight coverage right there by Antoine Allen up on Bryant Johnson.
3rd punt of the day now by David Royer.
Excuse me, I believe I said Antoine Johnson. That's Antoine Allen.
He may want to change.
There's so many Johnsons on the field.
He may want to change his name after the game. Hinkle calling for the fair catch at the 10-yard line. The Hawkeyes causing a ruckus, making a lot of noise here in Happy Valley. A few Iowa fans making the trip from Iowa City here, and so far they have to be impressed by their team. Fans are making a little bit of noise. 2 tight ends, 2 wideouts. Fred Russell out to the 17-yard line, and someone who could really help the defense on Penn State right now is with Hawley.
I'm with former Penn State great LeVar Arrington. And LeVar, I know watching the defense struggle early in a game like this, you must be going crazy on the sideline here.
Oh, they'll be all right. They just need to settle in. You know, they got up on us pretty quick, but I think the guys, they're going to bounce back.
All right, well, thanks very much.
Appreciate it.
1st down and 10. Fred Russell flexing his muscle on the last run. Banks complete. That one well read by the Nittany Lion defense. Russell running the ball 14 times for 76 yards so far. Banks might have been a called play, a quarterback draw.
No question, Mark, it was a quarterback draw. Trying to get them back on rhythm right there.
Well, Banks has looked very poised.
It's a process. Banks signed with Central Florida out of high school, went to junior college. He's just now really getting established in this system. Once again, the fullback in the game.
Usually means passing, and they do. Incomplete. Off the arms of his intended receiver, C.J. Jones. A definite catchable ball. On 4th down and 6, Bradley standing at his own 21, and Johnson standing back at his own 26-yard line. Great punt. Drives Johnson all the way back to the 13. And he's tackled at the 17-yard line. A 4-yard return. Penn State trailing Iowa 17-0. I'm Mark Jones along with Bob Davey and Hardy Rowe. First down and 10 for the Lions. At the 17-yard line, Mills on the option into the boundary. Larry Johnson with nowhere to go. Run out of bounds for a loss of about 1 on the play by Grant Steen. Mike Robinson now taking the snap. Mills split wide to the top of your screen. Robinson on the pitch to Johnson. Johnson brought down at the 27 and a flag down. It could be a face mask. Robinson still taking the snap at quarterback. Keeps it on the option and brought down this time at the 32. Bob, just 57 total yards of offense so far on 2nd down and 9. Mills passing incomplete. Intended for Ernie Terrell. Mills complete to Brian Johnson. He has the first down at the 47-yard line. Robinson now split back beside the quarterback, and here he comes on to reverse. He's looking to throw it, and he is rocked. Back at the 37-yard line by Kevin Worthy.
Not only do we have him ISO'd right here on this replay, so did Fred Worthy, number 53. Great stick right there. Michael Robinson, a tremendous job of not coughing that football up. This is what you talk about right here when you talk about putting your helmet on that face, on that football. Kevin Worthy, big play. But once again, when is enough if you're Penn State? It was 1st and 10 after a big 3rd down conversion. They come with the reverse. You knew they had a reverse pass in there with Michael Robinson.
First time they've missed to do that this year. Mills downfield, and it's picked off by the Hawkeyes. Derek Pagel causes Zach Mills' first interception of the season. The 6'2" senior caught it right there in center field as a free safety.
And I think, first of all, you're going to see good pressure right here by Jonathan Babineau coming right here from the defensive end position. That's an easy pick right there for Pagel.
And Iowa with good field position up at their own 47-yard line. Backs lining up out of the eye. Russell going in motion. Banks has a man. Clark. First down at the Penn State 22-yard line. Dallas Clark, the former walk-on, making a big statement there. Brad Banks put it right where it had to be. Here's the old zone play. Russell trying to get to the edge. A flag down, and Russell is pushed out of bounds at the 17-yard line. Those are the ball now back on the 30. First down and 17.
Tailback in the game once again for Iowa in the one-back set.
That's Jamel Lewis. And Lewis is brought down. 2nd and 15. Banks on the quick 3-step drop complete to Hinkle at the 23 on the slant. 3rd down and 9. Penn State blitzing into the end zone for Hinkle. Touchdown! He caught it! A 22-yard strike, and Banks picked up on the pressure and made the Lions pay.
First of all, this is a great throw and a great catch. The point, did he have a foot down? I have to say that is a great call right there and a great catch by Ed Hinkle, beating a good cornerback in Brian Scott.
The Hawkeyes up 23-0. And it's blocked. Derek Walker got penetration for the Nittany Lions. You could almost see that one coming because on the 2 previous extra points, they weren't pretty going through the extra point, through the uprights. And they lead 23-0. Ratings kickoff coming down to Johnson, 2 yards deep. Johnson tackled at the 12. Things eerie and eerily quiet here at Beaver Stadium. Johnson. Brought down at the 14 and a late fumble, but they're going to rule that he was down on the play. Kirk Ferentz, the head coach of the Iowa Hawkeyes, extremely mad about the fumble, or wasn't called fumble.
You're going to see what he's mad about right here. Larry Johnson is going to come out of there, try to fight for some extra yardage, and the football gets stripped out by Antoine Allen.
Took it away from him. That time the catch made by Tony Johnson. Dick Honing is the man wearing the white hat today out of Ann Arbor, Michigan. Ironically, Honing...
Holding on the offense, half the distance from the previous spot, remains second down.
Second down and 15 to toss to Johnson into the boundary. Well, Iowa's defense is number 3 in the nation against the run, and you saw why right there.
So you want to get a first down, but don't give that ball back to Iowa on this side of the field.
Mills. Contact and a flag.
Interference on the defense, 15 yards from the previous spot, automatic first down.
Penn State still without a point on the board with under 4 minutes to go in the first half. Backs out of the offset eye. Mills sold the fake, has a man, Johnson. More contact and another flag down. DJ Johnson.
Pass interference on the defense, 15 yards from the previous spot, automatic first down.
A lot of people question that rule in college football, Mark. Do you like it? I like it, because I don't like to see a defensive team be that penalized for pass interference.
Mills fires. They're going to say it's complete. Taking the snap out of the shotgun. Zach Mills, meanwhile, split wide to the top of your screen. Robinson keeps it, now pitches it late to Larry Johnson.
That's a high-risk situation right there, let alone the fact that he's not a quarterback every down in practice.
Something you need a lot of reps to perfect. Here's Mills. Johnson brought down right near the first down marker. Terrell now in a receiver, a 3-receiver formation on 1st and 10. Larry Johnson plowing his way down to the 36-yard line. Matt Roth making the stop for Iowa. Roth working against him here in the first half. That's the tight end, Casey Williams. Nittany Lions hit the ball at the 28-yard line. Mills looking at the out and up pattern, has Johnson. What a catch! Touchdown, Penn State. Robbie Gould in for the extra point. Coaches talk about it all the time. The underthrown deep ball, a tough one to defend, right?
No question. The toughest thing to defend.
Extra point is good. His kick with the wing of his back. 9 yards deep.
We'll say Johnson for the
oh my God. I'm changing my name after the ball game. Russell brought down behind the line of scrimmage. And the zone play into the boundary. Russell brought down at the 22-yard line.
I look for Iowa to run the football and make Penn State use their last time out here before the half.
That's Russell, and that's exactly what they do. Russell not thinking about Penn State timeouts, though, huh? What about that, Bob? Out for the first down. 1st and 10, Vance back to pass. Has Clark. Clark still on his feet and finally brought down to the 37-yard line, and now Nate Kading in to attempt a field goal from 55 yards out. Plenty of leg on this. It's good! 13 consecutive field goals for Kading, and that's a career long. And what a play to take into the locker room for Kirk Ferentz, the head coach of the Iowa Hawkeyes. Start of the third quarter here at State College, Pennsylvania. Number 12, Penn State, trailing by a score of 26-7. Nate Kading hit a career-long 55-yarder right at the end of the first half to send the Hawkeyes into the locker room with the lead they have right now. Here's Johnson. Larry. Brought down at the 14-yard line.
With the momentum swing right before half. That's why this is such a critical drive for Penn State right here.
There's Larry Johnson on the run, breaking a couple of tackles out to the 19-yard line. Mills out of the shotgun, runs the option. Pitch to Johnson. They'll lose a couple of yards. Johnson brought down to the 20 by number 20, Antoine Allen. Robinson lined up to the right of Mills. Pass incomplete, intended for the tight end, Casey Williams. It'll be 3 and out. Low snap, but Royer gets it off. A high spiral. Hinkle back at his own 37-yard line. First down and 10 for Banks. Lowers the ball to 36 for the offense. Flag down, little waggle. Banks picked off by number 23, Sean Mayer. And that's Banks' first interception of the season. Mentioned Iowa hoping not to have a flashback of a couple of weeks ago against Iowa State. And they led 24-7, and Banks, unfortunately for them, fumbled twice. That's the Iowa State comeback. Here's Mills keeping it. Great job on the cover 2 this week. Passing situation, Mills. Incomplete, third down and 9. Mills for Johnson. Complete at the 32-yard line. Tony Johnson. McHugh and Johnson lining up out of the eye. Mills going up top. Complete to Bryant Johnson at the 2-yard line. Penn State first and goal after the 29-yard play. Toss to Larry Johnson. Stopped up after a gain of about 1 on the play by number 53, Kevin Worthy. Mike Robinson not in the game. Mills keeps it. Stopped up just short of the end zone. McHugh and Larry Johnson out of the eye. Larry Johnson. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. It's blocked. And a chance maybe for the score off the extra point. It's DJ Johnson. No flags on the play. Derek Pagel came in and blocked it. Comes back for 2 the other way for the Hawkeyes. Kimball's kick, 9 yards deep. And the Hawkeyes will start off on their own 20.
First, you're going to see a great block right here by Bob Sanders on the holder, Ganner. Second, you're going to see the guy that blocked the kick, Derek Pagel, a great block downfield on the kicker. So Iowa goes from defense to offense. You got to feel good for DJ Johnson. There's some redemption right there.
After having a tough drive later in the first half, Pagel also has an interception today. This is Fred Russell, about 3 yards, and Pagel had that interception earlier and not only blocked it, as he pointed out, but came back and made a nice block downfield.
Penn State just daring him to throw the football out here.
A little bubble screen. Brown brought down at the 26-yard line by Cronin.
Once again, the fullback in the game for Iowa. It looks like pass.
Banks pulled it back and then hit Dallas Clark complete for the first down at the 40-yard line. And Clark seems to be a little bit shaken up, but Banks stood in there and threw a nice ball. Jamel Lewis now, the deep back in the offset eye. Banks tucks it under. Steps out of bounds at the 39-yard line. Cervantes, the lone back. They keep him happy and give it to the fullback. 3rd and 4 for Iowa. Complete for the first down. Brown still on his feet. Nobody between him and the end zone. Touchdown, Iowa. 54 yards for the score. Wow. And that quiets the crowd here, some 107,000 strong at Beaver Stadium.
Brad Banks answered, could he bounce back after the interception? No question he's playing with great confidence right now.
In a big way he bounced back. Larry Johnson brought down to the 18-yard line. First down and 10. Penn State looking for a minor miracle here. Mills. 2 on his feet. Nobody between him and the end zone. Touchdown, Iowa. 54 yards. And that quiets the crowd here, some 107,000 strong at Beaver Stadium. Brad Banks answered, could he bounce back after the interception? No question he's playing with great confidence right now. In a big way he bounced back. Larry Johnson brought down to the 18-yard line. First down and 10. Penn State looking for a minor miracle here. Mills into traffic, and what a grab by Bryant Johnson. For the third time today, he's gone up like that and caught a ball. Here's Larry Johnson trying to get to the edge. Johnson run out of bounds at the Iowa 47-yard line. Bryant Johnson complete down to the 33-yard line. Been a long time since we've seen anyone other than Bryant or Tony Johnson in the wide receiver position catch a pass.
Good point. Mark, I think it goes back to last season since Penn State's had another receiver catch a pass other than Tony or Bryant Johnson.
Prior to the snap, false start on the offense, 5 yards, 1st and 15.
1st and 15. Mills on the run. Up for grabs. Larry is the more outspoken one. Tony, the unsung hero of that Penn State offense. 2nd down and 15. Incomplete. Iowa nonetheless leading 35-13. Mills had plenty of time, and then under pressure, had to get rid of it. He was rocked by Matt Roth. Penn State has to hit the road for the first time as they go to Wisconsin. Goes on the Badgers. The perfect time of the season so far. Here's the punt from Royal. Tries to hang it up. This one will be down at the 1-yard line. Away from the Nittany Lions end zone. 2nd and 9, a different level of competition though this week. Russell dashing the Nittany Lions out to the 10-yard line. 3rd down and 2 for the Hawkeyes offense. Jones in motion. Banks complete. 1st down Iowa at the 19-yard line. C.J. Jones, the former JC All-American. 1st down and 10. Banks, the choreographer of this offense, doing a great job today. 1st down and 10. Russell cuts it back. Russell just beyond the 25, tackled by Sean Meyer. Russell again. Russell with a 1st down over the 30 to the 31-yard line. Ace formation, 2 tights and 2 wideouts. A single back set. The waggle. Banks escaping harm's way and then overthrew Clark. That was his 1st incompletion in 6 attempts. Russell put it on spin cycle, spun back the other way and was brought down to the 33. Got to get to the 42-yard line for the 1st down. Banks sacked and a flag down at the 23-yard line. Michael Haynes and Tim Falls combining to make the stop. And it's going to be a face mask against Penn State. 3rd down and 4 as a result. Banks almost picked off by Brian Scott. Special teams an important part of this one today. A great spiral back to the 14. Brian Johnson brought down at the 24. A 1st down and 10 for Zach Mills and Penn State, who trail 35-13. Robinson, one of the few carries from Zach Mills today. We are back at Beaver Stadium at Penn State. 2nd down and 6 to go for the Nittany Lions. Ball on their own 27. Mills on the slant, incomplete for Bryant Johnson. 3rd down and 6. Mills almost sacked and incomplete at the 35. Boyer gets off a high spiral. Hinkle at the 35. Hinkle got a block. Got Royer to beat. Hinkle all the way back to the 10-yard line. 1st and 10 from the 12. Russell Incomplete and picked off. Brian Scott with his first interception off of the hands of Dallas Clark, who would have had a touchdown. Well, for every comeback, there's a definitive starting point, and they may have gotten it just a few moments ago if you're Penn State, who trail right now 35-13 off the interception. Mills sacked back at the 10-yard line. Second down and 18. Mills. Picked off. And this is coming back to the 1-yard line. Jay Johnson, the 5'9" freshman, picks off Mills and takes it all the way back about 2 feet from the end zone.
A true freshman from the state of Pennsylvania. But you see the frustration right now of Zach Mills, but he's in a position where he has to try to make something happen and throw the football down the field.
That was his second interception of the day, first down and goal now. Banks hands it off to Russell, and it's on the ground. Penn State saying they have it. Still waiting for the official signal, and now comes.
Penn State hanging on the side of the cliff. There is still life.
Larry Johnson breaking a couple of tackles out to the 5-yard line. That's where his forward progress will be stopped. Mills out of the end zone. Incomplete, looking for Bryant Johnson. Third down and 6. Mills off the mark, and he had Bryant Johnson.
We haven't talked enough about Iowa's front four because they've been 4-man rush the whole game, has pounded Zach Mills.
Getting pressure, and Hinkle calls for the fair catch. Back near midfield after the 47-yard punt. First and 10 for Iowa. Jamel Lewis in a tailback. Lewis over the right side, got a nice seam all the way down to the 43-yard line where the pile moves forward.
You see the center right here pulling around Bruce Nelson on the zone scheme. Very athletic. He was a tight end. His 40th straight start at Iowa.
Real rock up front for them. Here's Jamel Lewis again, bouncing it outside into the boundary and tiptoed across the 40. Lewis again, down to the 36. Banks to pass, threw incomplete. One of his few miscues today, intended for Mo Brown.
Mark, we knew this offensive football team from Iowa was good. The only question was how would Brad Banks perform on the road in his first 15 away game.
3rd and 9, underneath. That's Jones going east-west and paid a price.
Exactly. They're going to let the play clock run down, either take the penalty or perhaps call a timeout with 1 second left.
They take the delay of game call. Bradley with a high punt. Back at the 8-yard line. Mark Jones along with Bob Davey and Holly Rowe down in the field. A surprise brewing today. Here's Larry Johnson on the screen. Johnson brought down after a nice pickup out to the 33-yard line. Mills hands it off to Larry Johnson. Johnson brought down at the 36 by Colin Colt. Robinson's stats today not as productive as they had been coming in. Wide open, Casey Williams, the tight end, all the way down to the 48, and a first down for Penn State by Mills. Completes it to McHugh, the fullback, near midfield at the 50.
And I think also Kirk Ferentz is going to have a lot to coach off, because you see Grant Steen coming in late right there and getting the 15-yard penalty. So as well as they've played, they had the 2 turnovers on the goal line. They've made some mistakes on defense. He'll have enough negatives to bring that football team back to reality.
Here's the screen pass to Johnson. Got a good block on the kick out. Johnson, touchdown, Penn State. Robbie Gould in for the extra point. They had one blocked and taken back the other way for 2 points today by Iowa. This one is good, and we're going to stay right here with Iowa leading by 15.
I would onside kick right here because I'm not sure Penn State can stop Iowa if they kick the football deep and have enough time left for this football game.
Kimball kicks it off with that strong leg of his. Goes through the back of the end zone. 1st and 10. Little Fred Russell. Cervantes, the fullback, out of the eye. And it's Russell again. They've been feasting on a steady diet of Fred Russell, who over the last 15 months might be the most improved player on the entire Iowa roster. He gets the first down. As we approach 6 minutes to go here at Beaver Stadium. Russell again. Tough to find that diminutive guy back behind those huge offensive linemen. Turned out to be a good move. 2nd down and 9. Russell stopped on a dime but didn't get any change. Stopped up short at the 32 by Richard Gardner off the corner.
Iowa, big jailbreak screen football team.
Banks gonna try and keep it himself and do it himself, but can't. The defense responds on 3rd and long. And he shanks it at the worst possible time. Down to the 45 of the Hawkeyes. Mills, touchdown! 44 yards.
But I'll go back to Fran Ganner giving him confidence early in the football game. You see Tony Johnson up over the top, but a great throw on the freshman Jovan Johnson, the corner.
And the Nittany Lions are going to take it. And they get the 2-point conversion. Chris Gantner, Fran Gantner's son, running it in. Both teams with 3 timeouts remaining. And Kimball booms another one through the back of the end zone. Iowa will start from its 20. With 3:46 to go and up by 7. The quarterback hands it off. Russell.
This is a huge 2nd and 9.
Backs line up out of the eye. They run the zone play. Their bread and butter run play down to the 25. And Banks is going to take the snap out of the shotgun. Jones in motion. He's going to run it himself. Going to try and do it himself. Brad Banks got the first down. And they hang on to the ball. 1st down and 10. As we approach 3 minutes to go now. Russell looked for the cutback, but he was chopped down to the 33-yard line that time. Cervantes and Russell lining up out of the eye. 2nd down and 9. Russell didn't quite get to the edge, pushed out of bounds.
And he went out of bounds.
Stopping the clock.
Does Iowa throw the football?
Last time he ran it for the first down, but a little more to go this time. Banks wisely throws it out of bounds. And Penn State's going to get another opportunity.
To go down and tie this football game.
1st and 10, Zach Mills' confidence burgeoning right now. Continuing to grow. Play fake. Mills complete to Larry Johnson. And a first down at the 46-yard line. Penn State with no timeouts remaining, but in college football, on a first down, they stop the clock.
I think you're going to see that coolness of Zach Mills right here in this late game situation.
1st and 10, Mills finds the tight end, Casey Williams. Another first down to the 23. 1st and 10, the Nittany Lions out of timeout. Mills looks Brian Johnson's way, and the clock stops with 1:53 to go. 2nd down and 10. The slant complete. Johnson with a first down at the 8-yard line. He was working on Javon Johnson. The fade. Touchdown! Bryant Johnson! Chris Danner ran in the other one for 2 points, but we are tied. Still plenty of time remaining. 1:20 to go, and Iowa with all three, a full complement of its timeouts remaining. They'll start 80 yards away from Penn State's end zone. Banks on 1st and 10. Cervantes dropped it. With a tripped right formation, Banks to take off on the draw. Got a nice block from the fullback Cervantes and got the first down, falling down to the 33. There he is, Nate Kading, who hit a career high and has a great streak going. A dangerous pass, incomplete. Intended for C.J. Jones. Brian Scott was right there. 2nd and 10. Banks. Almost intercepted by number 37, Lamar Stewart.
Fred Russell not in the football game. The fullback Cervantes back there in the backfield.
And they give it to him. Just the second time they've given it to him today in that formation, and he's brought down immediately. Put a little bit of pressure on him, but he got off a nice punt.
When we talk, and I talk, about Iowa's total domination in really all phases of this game. And for Penn State to come back, aided by those 2 missed scoring opportunities by Iowa, gives Zach Mills and Penn State a lot of credit.
Well, that's why the number 7 jersey is the most popular selling jersey in the entire area. We'll be back. Well, Iowa with the ball. 1st and 10 from Penn State's 25. Overtime. And a flag before we even get it started.
Right at the snap, full start on the offense, 5 yards, 1st and 15.
A very auspicious beginning for Kirk Ferentz's team. 1st and 15. Penn State coming with a blitz. Complete. At the 19-yard line to Maurice Brown. Cervantes and Russell out of the eye. There's the jailbreak screen. Brown. And now Jones down to the 8-yard line. Jones and Brown lined up to the top of your screen, the backside of the eye. Russell the deep back. Into the boundary, Russell couldn't get to the edge. Brought down at the 6-yard line by Michael Haynes, who, like a couple of games ago, continues to get stronger as the game progresses.
Iowa likes the option down here in the red zone.
Banks to Jones, incomplete. Banks, touchdown Jones. The moxie, the poise, the depth touch of Brad Banks gives Iowa the lead. One of his specialties. Kading knocks this one through. Not over yet, though, because Penn State does have an opportunity to respond. Little screen pass to Johnson. Johnson with a nice gain and a first down at the 12-yard line for Penn State. Out of the backfield, Johnson. Brought down at the 9 by Fred Barr. Let's go to Holly.
Guys, Kirk Ferentz, the Iowa coach on the sideline, is quick to remind his players they have to be ready as soon as this possession for Penn State is over. The last time these two teams met, it went into double overtime. So just to be ready in one overtime period isn't enough. He's telling his kids to keep mentally prepared.
Mills under pressure. They're going to say it's out of bounds. Intended for Tony Johnson. 3rd and 8. Mike Robinson in the ball game. They faked it to him. And a great open field tackle that time on Casey Williams.
Michael Robinson in the backfield. They have thrown the football to Michael Robinson out of the backfield.
Mills looks the other way. Incomplete. That's the ball game. The Hawkeyes storm into Happy Valley and steal one from the Nittany Lions in overtime. They withstood an incredible 23-point comeback by Penn State to hang on. And they've now won 3 consecutive times, 4 out of 5 against Penn State.